everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Marissa. What's up, what's going on? Today we're gonna be talking all about how I passed my NCLEX. Whether you're in nursing school, you just graduated, congrats if you did, or you've been studying for your NCLEX, hopefully these tips and tricks will help you, and my advice and my experience can also help you. To give a little background on myself, I post college, lifestyle, and nursing school videos. I am a new nurse and I passed my NCLEX this past summer. So let's backtrack. I am actually an LPN. The LPN and RN NCLEXs are a little different, but the studying process and method are generally about the same. That's what I've seen with just my friends and other videos that I have watched on YouTube. Now, with COVID going on, the NCLEX is actually a little different than normal. I did pass my NCLEX in the minimum amount of questions, which is 60. It's usually 75 questions is the minimum, but because they do not want that many people in the building for a long period of time, they did cut down the questions to 60. The difficulty did not change, it's just the amount of questions that you needed to pass changed. So I graduated in June and it took a very long time, I think because of COVID. It just kind of elongated the process of actually getting my NCLEX date. So you graduate and then you need your transcripts all sent over. Your school will explain everything, but basically there is a step-by-step process of you have to pay 2 different fees, one for the application and one for the actual NCLEX. So it was around $450, $440, but just so you know and you have the money for that and to save up for it. Once you get your ATT, which is your ability to test or acceptance to test, I forget what it is, but it's your ATT. Once you get that, you're able to go on to the NCLEX site, the Pearson site, Pearson View, and then schedule your NCLEX. And I actually didn't even take mine in Massachusetts. I took mine in Rhode Island, but I made sure that it was a Massachusetts license. You are able to do that. Whereas if you cannot find it within your state, the only one testing in Massachusetts was in October, and I wanted my license ASAP, so I decided to take mine actually in Rhode Island. So I got my test date, it was July 31st, and I got it about 2 weeks prior to the actual test date. Now, my advice for this is once you are 2 weeks out, like start hardcore studying. The resources that I used was strictly ATI. I did not use anything else. I didn't pay for UWorld, I didn't get any books, I didn't do anything like that. The only thing that I did use was a comprehensive ATI review that was given to me from my school. I did previously pay for it at the beginning of the program, but I did not have any additional costs at the end to study for the NCLEX. There was an ATI live review and then the ATI book that was paired with it that made such a difference, and I think that is the whole reason why I passed, was using ATI. Of course, if you're in nursing school, you know exactly what ATI is, but use the online resources. You're not only paying for them, but they're literally giving you exactly what is going to be on the NCLEX. ATI is the one that makes the questions for the test, so you want to be studying the material that's made by the same company that you're going to be taking the test. Also, another big thing that I did was practice questions. So I did as many practice tests and questions as I possibly can in a day. I did 2 to 3 hour sessions every day those 2 weeks leading up to my exam, because prior to that, I honestly wasn't studying. I took about a month off and I just enjoyed summer, and I was like, well, I have my date, like I'm just waiting for my ATT to get back, and in the meantime, I'm not gonna worry about school, not gonna worry about the NCLEX. I've been stressing about school for the past 10 months. I think I can take a month off. So I did. I enjoyed my summer, and then once I got my date, I was like, okay, time to take it seriously. Your date's in 2 weeks. You need to start studying. So that is exactly what I did. With quarantine going on, it was actually a little easier to get focused and to stay on top of my studying, because you do have to be pretty self-disciplined. Make a plan for yourself. So some days I'd be studying fundamentals, some days I'd be studying maternity or med surg or whatever it was, and every day I would have a subject and then I would split it up into 2 sections. So I'd be doing 2 to 3 hour review sessions and then another 2 to 3 hour review session. And then I would go about my day and not really think about it if I wasn't actually studying, because I would just get myself more stressed out. The practice and review questions really got you geared up to what the actual ATI and those NCLEX style questions were going to be like. It also got me in like the testing mode, where the couple days that whole week before, I was basically doing tests every single day. I had nobody like disturbing me. I was like, hey guys, I'm doing my review test, please don't disturb me. And I basically pretended like I was in the exam. Also, another piece of advice that I have is once you have your date, stick with it. Don't change it. I wanted to change it so bad because I was like, I feel like I'm not prepared enough. I feel like I haven't done enough studying. You know what you know going into it. And I was confident the couple days before. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna pass. I'm gonna walk in there like I'm passing because I'm gonna crush this test. Like I was so positive a couple days before after I doubted myself and wanted to change my date. But after that, I was like, I'm gonna pass this. I'm gonna go in with confidence and I know I'm gonna do great. So going in with an attitude like that is gonna also be great. The night before, like any other test, eat dinner, have breakfast. I took mine at 6:30 in the morning. So I was up at like 4:30 because I was just already stressed and everything. Did not want to miss it. And I drove like 45 minutes away to go take the test. I treated myself with a nice coffee after. And then I actually went on vacation. I went to Cape Cod that day and kind of just didn't think about it. And then 2 days later, I signed on and found out that I passed. Another suggestion that I also have is do a test run to the actual testing site. So if you are late to the testing site, they just strictly don't let you in. So 2 days prior, once I figured out the exact address of where it was, because I was unfamiliar with the area, I actually went with my mom. I was like, hey, like you want to take a drive down here? Just, you know, we're in quarantine, what else do we have to do? I took a drive and I went down there and I went to the testing center and I said, okay, like I feel a lot more comfortable going to a testing center that I know how to get to. Left ample time on the actual testing day just in case I did get lost, but since I had already done the test run, I didn't have to worry about that. It's the little things like that that worry me. And I also want to say every test is different. Obviously, you know that. If you're doing really good on these questions, they're probably not going to ask you any more of those. Where if you're doing really bad on like priority questions, they're going to ask you a ton of those. So it is very subjective what you're doing and how you're scoring on the test of how many questions and what type of questions they're going to be asking you in the NCLEX. I was pretty confident the whole time. Comment down below where you are in your nursing school journey, whether you're in nursing school, you graduated, you're a new nurse like myself. Well, I love responding to you guys and helping you guys out. If you guys have any specific questions regarding the NCLEX or anything that you think I can help you with, comment down below. I also will respond. Honestly, this is a pretty short video. This is basically everything that I did to help pass the NCLEX, and hopefully you can too. Come back to this video and let me know that you did. Like, that would be so cool. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it, and make sure to subscribe, stick around for more nursing school content and college content. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up. I would really appreciate it, and it helps my channel grow. We've been growing really quickly, and I really appreciate it. Before you take your NCLEX, you're going to do great. Go in with a great attitude and you're gonna definitely pass. And if you don't pass the first time, I know so many people who did not pass the first time and they are still excellent nurses. So don't worry about it. Go in with confidence. You got this. Good luck. And I hope to see you guys in my next video.